What's up, homies? This is Jokesta back at you with a brand new video. Today we're actually playing with the ROG 5 Ultimate, and you guys are probably wondering, what am I doing here? Well, I'm actually turning on the esports mode, and I also turned on the recording because I need the audio for the game. I don't really have audio in my gameplays, so I have to actually manually record the screen game. So yeah, that's why I turned it on. But anyways, I've actually turned on the esports mode, and the esports mode actually helps out a lot. It makes sure that you're not clicking on anything else and you're just clicking on the game stuff. So it's really nice. One thing that I've noticed about the ROG 5 is that it's very, I don't know how to explain it. It's very easy to get used to. It took me about 40 hours of just playing on this phone just to get used to it. It usually takes like, like a normal, like for example, an iPhone. It took me like about 10 or 20 hours at least, but with this ROG 5 it's a whole different experience. You kind of have to play a little bit longer, and I've been playing on iOS for a long time. Maybe that's the reason why, but it took me a while to get used to the ROG 5. And I also have a different phone called the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III, which I'm going to be reviewing soon on this channel, and you guys can check it out if you guys subscribe. That way you guys get alerted on that video. But overall, the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III is also really good, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest straight up with you. The ROG 5 is good, but Sony Xperia is much better. Now you guys are probably freaking out right now. I know. Just chill for a second. Hear me out. The reason why I say it's much better is because it's partnered with Call of Duty Mobile, and Call of Duty Mobile said, hey, you know what? We're going to give you guys, the Sony phone, an advantage. We're going to give you guys an advantage of having 120 FPS. I think that's kind of a pay to win, don't you think? Like, they're giving an advantage to Sony Xperia 1 Mark III with 120 FPS. And Xperia is quite, I guess they're like $1,000 something, but this is what blows my mind, is that this is the ROG 5 Ultimate. If you go on eBay right now, they cost about $2,500. They're really expensive. They're limited editions, and everybody wants one. They're like, this is crazy. It's a really crazy phone. And we're talking about, this phone can do like crazy work. This ROG phone can do 120 FPS in any game, but it's only locked at 90 frames for Call of Duty Mobile, and it's not allowed to have 120 FPS. So it's kind of like scary. It's like, bro, really? You're gonna lock me up at 90 frames? I want that 120 FPS. But in reality, like, you can't really see, like, videos can't show you the 90 frames or 120 FPS. Maybe some videos can, but currently, like, I can't show you guys what it feels like to have 90 frames or 120 frames. It's just not possible. But if you had it in your hands, it's a whole different experience. Like, I had it in my hands, and I can tell you straight up, like, wow, it's insane. I'm just blown away that the Xperia is, it's $1,000. The ROG 5 Ultimate, it's about 2,000 now. They're reselling it for that price. And then we have Red Magic. Red Magic is also a very good phone, and they recently released Red Magic 6, which is also pretty interesting, and it has similar stats to the Ultimate version. Now the Ultimate is definitely a lot better than Red Magic. I know a lot of comments on my previous video, everyone's like, oh, Red Magic's better, blah blah blah. The stats on the Ultimate are a little bit better in terms of reviews. Like, everybody was like, even the reviews, if you go on Google, you can see that the ROG 5 Ultimate has better stats. But in terms of like the price, Red Magic is like $700. The ROG 5 Ultimate is $2,500. It's so pricey. Now that's the one thing that I don't like, is that that's the price. This is super expensive, and compared to Red Magic has that in the bag. They literally dropped the price for like $700, so it's really worth it in my opinion. If you're going for a gaming phone, probably go for Red Magic or Sony Xperia. Sony Xperia is at 120 FPS. Now that, my friends, is pay to win. Everybody always says, oh, the skins are pay to win. Nah, man. Sony Xperia 1 Mark III, that's pay to win. It has 120 FPS, so if you want the best gaming experience, go for that phone. Now, that's the thing. We don't know how long Call of Duty Mobile is going to be partnered with Sony. You know, we don't know, maybe a year, maybe a 2 year. You know, it depends on how long their contract is and how big this, you know, FPS stuff is going to be, you know. Nobody knows. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's just like, what do you, it's just a personal choice. And at the moment, the ROG 5 Ultimate is just really rare and they're very expensive and not a lot of people can actually afford them. And the most affordable device would have to be like a Red Magic. Red Magic is a pretty good phone. It has a lot of good stats on it. I've read a lot about, I had to do a lot of research before I got a phone and I was like, okay, I want to make sure I have the best gaming phone for streaming, for YouTube videos. And I had some issues with my streaming setup and recording videos on the phone. I was just struggling, man. I was lagging a lot, but then once I fixed it, I was able to see like, wow, this thing is just insane. It's just, I can record it and show you guys what it looks like. And it just blew my mind that I was able to do that on my stream tonight. And you guys were able to see it. If you were watching my stream, shout out to you guys. If you guys haven't heard about my stream, go check it out. There's a link down below for that. But yeah, overall, like the experience of playing on the ROG 5 Ultimate is insane. I feel like, you know, this is something really new to me. I really like it. The most thing that I like about this is the customized stuff. Like I can actually customize the settings in this device to the point where I don't get calls, I don't get, you know, distracted, I don't get text messages or anything like that. Like I can get all of this stuff done. You know, I have, you know, I can enable my RAM performance, I can enable like hardcore tuning. There's so much stuff on this phone. It's just packed. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much packedness stuff in this phone and it's powerful. This phone is amazing overall. Like it's a great phone. It's just sad that it's limited. You know, there's so much stuff that you can do with this phone, but it's, you know, not, it's like limited. You can't do much with it because it's not a sponsored phone. And so when I tried out the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III, I've noticed there's so much stuff. Like it's packed. It's packed with better like FPS, which is because it's, you know, sponsored. And Call of Duty Mobile is like, nah, you know, it's only Sony Xperia that's gonna have the 120 FPS. It's a tournament phone, and so it's kind of like making me lean towards Sony Xperia because it's such a nice. It's like, okay, I don't know how to explain it. It's not possible to explain the FPS in the, you know, like I can't record it because my camera can only show 60 frames, and YouTube doesn't really, you know. It's just hard. It's just, I can't do it. I don't have the money for that to show you guys what it feels like to have 60 frames. And plus a lot of you guys probably can't really tell because a lot of us actually watch videos in 60 frames and my phone only can watch in 60 frames. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, is it really worth it? You know, I can't really show what I am doing, but yeah, the way, what I can do is explain to you that it's a whole nother level. It's like a whole feeling. It's an incredible feeling because when you try, let's say that you've been playing on like 10 FPS and all of a sudden you got 30 FPS. It feels so good. It's insane. Like you can, it's like you unlocked a whole nother vision. And that's how it feels. Like I was playing on 60 FPS for so long and then all of a sudden 120 FPS on Xperia, and I'm like, what? But when I first got the ROG 5 Ultimate, it was 90 frames, so for me it was like, what? That's insane. And then when I got 120 FPS, I was like, bruh, like it blew my mind. So I think the best thing right now as a community is that we get 120 FPS for phones. I already know that the iPads have like their stuff, you know, they have really nice FPS and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to be debating, you know, about, you know, iPad versus mobile. That's a whole nother video because it's a huge topic and I am not ready to tackle that right now. But In terms of like phones, I feel like every phone should have 120 FPS. But again, I understand, you know, Call of Duty needs to make that money. So Sony is like, hey, we want to partner up, and you know, we'll work with it, and we'll, you know, sponsor tournaments, stuff like that. Like Sony is sponsoring the $1 million tournaments. I believe that's what they are sponsoring. Like I don't know if it's Sony and Call of Duty that sponsored like millions of dollars together, or is it just Sony that's putting all that money in the table, you know, in the pool table. So again, it comes down to like, you know, what happens when, you know, Call of Duty is partnered with a company like this. It's just, it comes down to buying that Sony Xperia. It's just like, okay, you know what, this is the best experience I have, and I might just switch over to that. And that's where I'm at. I'm right now like on that boat where it's like, okay, I might just go ahead and just go over to Xperia, and I fixed all my problems with the display and the touch issues that I used to have while streaming and recording videos. I've had these issues for a long time with Android, but now that I got that fixed, it's like, okay, I can now play on Android and I don't have any issues. iOS is very good as well. I'm not hating on iOS. I like iOS a lot. It's really, really optimized for gaming. Like I feel really smooth, you know, like it's meant to be. It's like they made this game for just iOS. You know what I mean? Every time I get on Android, it's like a whole nother, like, I don't know, superpowers. I guess I would have to say like it's just a whole nother dimension. There's so much stuff that you can do on Android as well, and I want to take advantage of that. I want to try things out. I don't want to be stuck doing one thing. You know, I want to, you know, try out a bunch of things, see what's good, what's bad, and stick with it. And that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to see what's the best for me as a gamer, as a content creator. What do you think I should do? All that kind of stuff. Like that's personally how I see things. I'm like, okay, you know what, I want to get there. I want to try something new. And yeah, that's basically my thoughts. I'm sorry for rambling all of this stuff onto you guys. You know, let me know if you guys got to this point of the video, if you guys actually saw this whole entire video, and you know, just comment something. I don't think anybody really gets to the very end of it, but yeah, what do you guys think? Like ROG 5 is nice and all, but it's super expensive. Red Magic is good too, but you know, it's Red Magic. Then Sony Xperia is also really good, but it's 120 FPS. So it's like, what? I think Sony Xperia, the ROG 5, and what else? Sony Xperia, ROG 5, Red Magic, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Those are the best phones out there in the market. And I have to test out a bunch of other phones. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in another one. Peace out.